Raise your hand if you've heard of regenerative anemia. No? Well, you're in for a treat today. Now, let's dive in. Regenerative anemia is a fascinating medical condition. It's not just any run-of-the-mill anemia we're talking about here. It's a specific type in which your body, like a brave warrior, fights back against the loss of red blood cells by producing more. Sounds like a good strategy, right? Well, there's a twist. Despite this valiant effort, the body just can't keep pace with the loss. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much water you pour in, it never seems to be enough. That's what's happening inside your body with regenerative anemia. The production of new red blood cells just doesn't match the rate at which they're being lost. Now you may wonder why it's called regenerative anemia. Well, your body is trying to regenerate or produce more red blood cells to replace the ones it's losing. So, how does this all work? How does the body respond when it loses red blood cells? Well, let's dive in. When our body senses a drop in red blood cell count, it triggers a response from a rather unassuming place: our bone marrow. Known as the body's blood cell factory, the bone marrow springs into action, cranking up production of new red blood cells. It's like when you're baking cookies for a party and suddenly realize you're short. You turn up the heat, toss in more dough, and try to churn out as many cookies as you can. But what if your oven just can't keep up with the demand? That's essentially what happens in regenerative anemia. Despite the bone marrow's best efforts to increase production, it just can't match the rate at which red blood cells are being lost. Evidently, the body's natural response to produce more red blood cells isn't enough to overcome the loss, leading to regenerative anemia. So, what have we learned about regenerative anemia? Well, we've delved deep into this intriguing topic, unraveling the mechanism of regenerative anemia. It's a condition where the body finds itself in a constant race against time, trying to produce more red blood cells to compensate for the ones it's losing. We've also learned that it's not about the body's inability to produce red blood cells. Quite the contrary, the body is doing its best, working overtime to manufacture them. The crux of the problem is the body's struggle to keep pace with the rate of loss. We've understood that regenerative anemia is a testament to our body's resilience and its tireless efforts to maintain balance, even when faced with adversity. To sum up, regenerative anemia isn't about the body's inability to produce red blood cells, it's about the body's struggle to produce enough red blood cells to replace what's being lost. It's a fascinating topic, isn't it? So the next time someone asks if you know about regenerative anemia, you can confidently say, "Yes, I do."